gosh. Massive upset. Sandals, aka Sandor Martin, beats Mikey Garcia. Upset alert. Upset alert. Let's get this. Top of the morning. Upset alert. Top of the morning. Let's talk about it. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego in the back with some more boxing. Now, I'm gonna jump right into the mix. But first, I don't know how you found the video, but somehow, some way you did it. Throw a like on the video. That encourages and helps others find the content. Free, fast, it's painless, I can assure you. Let's get it. Let's get this. Sandor Martin defeats Mikey Garcia via upset decision in Fresno. Now, I was invited to go out. I did not, for full disclosure, did not watch this fight. I got invited to go to the fight. This is only about 3 hours away from where I stay. I could have went to it, but I have a lot of stuff we're working on the channel. Please subscribe, stay tuned to close the year in fashion. So congratulations to Sandor Martin. He is out of Spain and he puts himself on the map with the win over Mikey Garcia. It says Sandor Martin makes history against Mikey Garcia. That's crazy because this was considered by many as a cherry pick. Now, some of y'all, I know what y'all thinking. Y'all saying, oh, Ego, how you gonna make a video and you didn't even watch the fight? Because I do what I want. Beyond that, I seen enough. I asked Ego's Army, and I have some close confidants who did watch the fight, and they kept me posted on what was going, like people I trust to give me a fair assessment. I'll probably take a look at it, but like I said, we working on a million things. So you look at it in terms of more fights. Mikey is 40-1. His only loss to Errol Spence, which we'll get to in a second, right? I was at that fight. He has 30 knockouts, and then this dude has 2 losses in 38 fights. So, and it's not the same level of competition. Height. Sandor Martin is only an inch taller. This was at a catch weight. Wow. Now, to be honest, I'm not surprised. Let's see what Eddie Hearn said first. Eddie Hearn said, and listen, this is how you know, and my confidants and people that gave me information, which we'll go over some of that in this video. This is how you know, is because when you see old media and people who are like integrated with my channel, we'll say, Digital Mob, and they're all in unison and all saying Mikey looks bad, that's how you know it's something, because we know old media tries to protect certain fighters at all costs. So if they're saying that, hey, Mikey ain't looking good on top of it, then you know something's up. So Eddie Hearn, he says, not sure how you're scoring it, but with 2 rounds to go, I think Mikey Garcia would need a knockout to win. Because Eddie sometimes scores the fights or whatever on his social media, right? And that's a reality. That's the same tweets that people were sending me. Eddie Hearn says, an absolute huge upset here. Massive win for Spanish boxing. Sandor Martin defeats Mikey Garcia. Wow. Listen, in boxing, there are no tune-ups. You can say it's a tune-up, but in real life, there are no tune-ups. Expect the unexpected when dealing with boxing. Now, me personally, I'm not even surprised Mikey Garcia lost. And this is not even a disrespect to Mikey, but I'm going to explain right now why I'm not surprised that he lost. Because for me, I think Mikey Garcia, he played this game as long as he could, and he was playing both sides of the fence. Like, he didn't really commit to a program. He didn't commit to a promotional like network or anything. And to a degree, you understand it because he had the long dry spell out of the ring, 3 years with Top Rank, the legal beef and stuff. So you can understand why he'd be hesitant, but he did that long enough. Like, he did a bunch of fights with premier boxing champions, right? and he was getting paid, and he was getting, in my opinion, the better and bigger names with PBC. He was fighting Errol Spence, which is what he wanted, which I'll get to that in a second. He fought Broner, and he fought Dejan Zlaticanin, who was WBC champion from Montenegro at the time. So he was getting the looks, and he abandoned that, and he went where he thought he can like play the networks against each other. And Eddie Hearn, right, like literally a month before the pandemic started, right, in February, he fought Jesse Vargas on DAZN. And he got like $7-8 million for a fight like that. And then the pandemic happened, and I made videos where I was talking about this. Mikey, his face looked full, and during the pandemic, I don't think, based on looking at him, he acquitted himself well and was living the fighter lifestyle. And this is where it comes back to bite you, because all of what you eat and do in the pandemic, and then you're out of the ring for a year because of the pandemic, and they couldn't get you a fight, or you're, playing the networks against each other and all that. And now it's backfired because you just lost in upset fashion and put this guy on the map. Now you have 2 losses, and everybody that I've seen said you look terrible, right? And that's a lot of people. So I even asked, I said, how's Mikey Garcia looking? I'm not watching the fight because I'm handling some other stuff. And look at what people were saying. Mikey is losing, but he called out Gervonta Tank before the fight. So that's no good. If you can't beat Sandor Martin, then you would want to stay away from Tank. My man, fighter Mickey Bay, trainer, fighter. I'm here at the fight, and Mikey is getting his ears boxed off. And I say, yikes. My man from Baltimore, Prophet, said unofficial scorecard is 87-84 for Sandor Martin. Not good. He's not looking good. I think he's behind in the 8th round. Mikey is getting outboxed. And then the weird moment is in the middle of the action on DAZN, the DAZN curse struck again, and the lights went out. You see? Look, the light, you see it? Somehow. Look, the lights went out. The ref said, time. They had a blackout. I don't know. That was weird. So whatever was happening, they had it in Fresno. The lights went out. People were saying Sandor. See, people were hitting me up on this, Mikey. Sandor was boxing beautifully. He about to lose. He don't look good at all. Mikey Garcia or Super Cat. I choose Super Cat. Whack, no purpose fight. Why? This is why you should never underestimate foreign fighters. Dude is actually a solid boxer. Not good. Mikey just came for the payday. Dude, let's just say thank God Mikey wasn't fighting Regis Prograis. He looks terrible. He needs a knockout to win. Down bad on the scorecards. He lost. He's losing, bro. It's crazy. I mean, he's really losing. Don't cheat this guy. And I heard they tried to cheat the guy. They had to draw. So basically what happened with Mayweather versus Canelo, payday, you want payday, what CJ Ross tried to do to Floyd Mayweather, where the whole world seen Mayweather practically win the whole fight every round, but somehow, some way, CJ Ross said that Canelo had a draw. And my boy, shout out to TZ Frank, my guy, he said, I gave it 8, he said 7 rounds to 3, and that's being generous. Martin outboxing Mikey with ease. He making Martin look like Diet Spence. Diet Spence got me all right. If Mikey wins, it's a flat out robbery. So, I mean, and so on and so forth. He's getting his butt whipped badly. I haven't seen him win a round. This dude beating him easily. Of course, old media already making excuses about Mikey layoff. He haven't been in the ring rust. Nah. Listen, we're not doing that. Wilder and Mikey Garcia, listen, Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder just put on a fight of the year, and they fought in the same February 2020 and had never fought in between legal battles and arbitrations and, waiting for crowds and all that. And they put on a classic where it was just, the better man on the night won, and that was Tyson Fury. This is different because they were each other's equal. They gave each other tough fights, knocked each other down and out and all that. Mikey just lost to somebody he wasn't supposed to lose to. So we can't do that because the Jesse Vargas, Mikey Garcia, his last fight was February 2020. Wilder versus Fury 2 was in February 2020. Someone says, wow, Mikey Garcia looked bad. Time to hang him up. That layoff got him looking sick. He just came and lost to an Uber driver from Spain. So, yeah, boxing is a crucial sport. So, again, I haven't watched the fight, but I got enough intel. Shout out to all the people who actually DM me and updated me and gave me the blow-by-blow, people I trust. Mikey didn't look sharp from all intents and purposes, and I seen even old media people were saying this. See, this is the thing. I think there's a couple of things at play. Mikey Garcia, for one, long layoff. I'm not even going to use that too much. But what did you do in that long layoff? I think that more so than the ring rust is Mikey's a cerebral, technical fighter. So if you looked at Mikey Garcia a few months ago, like his face was looking full. He was doing a couple of interviews and stuff, and he was clearly bigger. So he probably had to drain himself and do all this just to make a catch weight. The other mistake Mikey made was his whole team said, stay your butt at 35 or 40, but maybe lacking discipline or not wanting to push them extra miles out or whatever. He decided to campaign at 147. But to be honest, this is a bad look because Mikey Garcia wasn't really supposed to lose to this guy. And Mikey losing is probably, it's not even that he lost, it's how he lost and who he lost to. You see what I'm saying? And that's no disrespect to Sandor Martin, but Devin Haney went to Fresno for the fight. Devin Haney previously said he would fight Mikey Garcia, but if you just got outboxed by a guy we've never heard of from Spain, and he just picks up his biggest win, so you help put him on the map. I mean, the Devin Haney fight, is that really the next fight that needs to happen, judging on how everyone's saying Mikey looked? Plus, there was fights with Regis Prograis. He had fights with, Ryan Garcia if he moves up, Teofimo, Josh Taylor. Man, me personally, I wanted to see Mikey versus Josh Taylor, but based on how everyone said he looks, he can't beat Josh Taylor. If he shows up and he's losing to Sandor Martin, Josh Taylor could scrap. So, in my opinion, I think Mikey has made a couple big egregious mistakes. He didn't live discipline, and he was kind of playing the networks against each other, and I think he was probably enjoying the money. He was showing off his cars and eating good and things like that. So the pandemic caught up with him, and there are no tune-ups in boxing. In boxing, you're fighting. People want your spot. That's just what it is. Imagine if I stopped doing videos on YouTube, somebody else is going to come and try to take my spot. You know what I'm saying? If I put out one video a month, then somebody else is working every day, putting 5 videos out, putting 3 videos out, whatever the case may be, 3 videos a week. And they're going to try to catch up and lap me and take my spot. That's the nature of any competitive industry, whether it's music, hip hop. Look at Cardi B. Her rise was right when Nicki Minaj kind of slowed down and she was doing movies, took a break. And while you sitting up here taking a break at the wrong time, Cardi B is emerging. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Sandor Martin. I ain't mad at him. I think in that off season, like J. Cole album, Mikey was not doing, I don't think he was disciplined. It's that simple. Because I was saying it. I was like, man, he looked kind of big. He was looking big in them photos and interviews and stuff like that. And then you might have underestimated the Sandor dude. Like, I could beat a guy at his level. And the dude showed up and he was sharper, had more tricks. Long layoff, plus it's not just a long layoff. It's a non-disciplined long layoff, I can assure you. Because if you staying in shape and staying ready and not necessarily sparring, but some people would even spar, but at least staying in shape, then that's half the battle. The other big thing is, I'd be remiss to not talk about Errol Spence. Errol Spence Jr., that was a big mistake. Mikey's own family told him not to fight this man. And I think that took major steam out of Mikey Garcia's sails, because he could have been undefeated still to this point, but you fought a bigger man who outboxed you, that people thought you could outbox him, and came up way short and lost every round. Now you had this long layoff, underestimated person, whatever happened, and you lost almost every round. So it's a bad look. If you look at Mikey Garcia, his 2 losses, people are saying he lost every round to Errol Spence. Now they're saying he got outboxed and lost every round. And best believe Sandor Martin and his team were probably reviewing tape on Mikey Garcia versus Errol Spence. And I was at that fight ringside, and it looked like Mikey was about to get stopped. So I think it's just a culmination of different things, plus age. You have to take boxing seriously, you got to take boxing seriously. And I don't know, it just didn't work. So huge upset. Congrats to Sandor Martin. Crazy stuff happens in boxing every day, B. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Mikey loses for the second time. According to all parties, they're saying, Mikey just wasn't doing anything. So I'm a firm, from knowing fighters and things like that, I'm a firm believer that this is what I'm saying about discipline. Mikey made 1.5 million and Martin made 150K and Martin won. See, he made, look at that. He made 10% of what you're making, and he was obviously motivated. This is crazy. I'm out.